What's going on, Internet? Welcome to a series we like to call Hot Topic, a show where we take a break from our normal podcasting routine and deliver you quick, entertaining discussions about any and everything. If you're new to the show, this is The Summit, the podcast where we share with you all of the latest and greatest gaming, anime, and pop culture news, saving you all the time of finding it yourself. If you're listening to this, you can find us on all major podcasting platforms. We're available on Apple, Spotify, and YouTube. Don't forget, if you want to reach out and keep up with us, you can always find us in our Discord server, which is always linked in the show notes below. Now that all that is wrapped up, we hope you enjoyed the discussion. All right. I guess everybody finished Fallout here, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Striker, did you watch it? You started?
Nah,
Did you start it?
I haven't.
Damn. Damn, that's okay. Well, we gonna spoil it for you, okay?
It's okay. I got a hot take.
You got a you got a what?
You have a hot take of something you ain't watched. I think we should start off with your hot take then.
Yeah, let's start with your hot take. I want to,
So the Fallout series, just in general, like I'm talking about the game series.
yeah.
I feel like just been a miss for me. Like every single one I've played has been, well, a lot of it doesn't make sense. I feel like the plot and the story is just kind of everywhere.
Okay.
Kind of starting off with that, and the gameplay itself, I feel like was very stiff. Like they didn't really offer much as far as gameplay, and especially like in the earlier ones, like 2 and 3, the gunplay was just really, like, it was disgusting. Their user interface is, I feel like, it's absolutely horrible. It's hard to really like navigate through their UI and kind of select or understand exactly what's going on. And ultimately, like, it was another one of those games where I played for a few hours and I was like, all right, I'm done. This is just making me nauseous. Then I played Fallout 76. I try to give another title another chance, especially because this one's multiplayer, so I'm expecting a different experience, something a little bit lighter, not so as information and intensive as far as like UI and also gameplay and like my gears and all that stuff, because it's an RPG game, and it was very confusing, and the little PDA or that shit that they put on your arm and whatnot, it's not enough to really identify like what you have as far as gear wise, what your inventory is, actually navigating how much of what resources you have, or how to really get rid of gear or stash gear or anything. It was overall, Fallout 76 to me was just, it was clunky. They tried to do a lot but did very poorly in implementing systems to manage everything that they had to offer. So the gameplay and all was just overwhelming as far as managing your inventory, managing the gameplay, managing the game state, managing the game informations that they try to relay based off of like their story or whatever missions or side missions, whatever it may be that you may be doing with your team or your group.
Side note, 76 is an MMO, right?
Yeah.
So that's, that's like how an MMO. You played any MMOs?
I played WoW, I've played RuneScape, I've played there's Destiny.
I didn't play too much of 76 myself, to be fair. It did have a bad launch, I remember that. But I don't think it's fair to compare that one to the rest of the series. It's kind of like saying, oh, I didn't like ESO, so Skyrim's bad, Well,
no, that's what I'm saying. Like, I try to give a multiplayer aspect of it, like a chance to see if I would like it. And I didn't have a good experience with that. So, like, overall, like, with Fallout as a whole, I feel like I wasn't going to be as interested in the show either, just because the game just wasn't as appealing. And, like, it didn't. I don't know. I feel like overall, like, it wasn't for me.
Yeah. No. Shared this before we thought you watched it, but I get that. I don't agree with some of the things you said about the other Fallout games though. Like the whole inventory being hard to manage. That's the whole point of the Pip-Boy. There's a whole inventory tab. I don't know what you mean by that. The Pip-Boy is easy to go through. It's just L1, R1 to go through the tabs. There's like 4 tabs. You have your quest, your map, your radio, your inventory, and that's it. Like in like your status one, this is the first one. Like, I don't think the Pip-Boy is hard at all to understand. I just think you probably skip tutorial pop-ups, because I see you do that a lot whenever I watch you play games. You don't be reading pop-ups, So I think you be confusing yourself, because like, you gotta remember, it's an open world game. The point is to explore. right? And it does give you a quest, right? And you're typically looking for a family member in Fallout. I remember Fallout 3, you're looking for your father or whatever, right? And so, and that's the main quest. So obviously, you just treat like a marker to go to like a nearby town for that typically. But you're free to do whatever you choose. I'll give you the stiffness thing. I see where you're coming from with that about the gameplay being stiff because it's not too Fallout isn't too fluid in that way. So I get that. But how is the gameplay stiff but also making you nauseous though? That doesn't really make sense.
Information. There was just too much it tried to tell me, and it tried to tell it very poorly.
Yeah, so you didn't read. Yeah, I see. Yeah, no wonder you were confused. You didn't read, bro. That's
didn't read.
Like we're talking about with the other topic of the whole like devs intentions versus player intention. I get it. You don't want to read, but at some point the devs intended for you to read, so you gotta fucking read, you know, or you're gonna miss out on part of the game, and that's on you, not them. If you're confused, like, I don't see what you're talking about with the UI. If you don't like it, that's fair, but it's not confusing. Nothing about the UI in Fallout games is confusing. It's very straightforward, honestly, I feel, and it gives you straight up markers to where you have to go, a compass. Like, I don't know what you mean by the UI as being confusing. To be fair, it's pretty simple to me. And like the Pip-Boy, I think they just like maybe Fallout 2 because I've played that, and that is one of the earlier ones, so probably some kinks they're working out, or wasn't as, you know, fluid or good. I'll give you that. But from that point on, I don't think it's that bad. And Fallout 76 didn't have a bad launch, like I said, so I understand if you fell off of that. I haven't been back on since. I heard they fixed it. I know it's popping.
Played it recently. Played 76 recently.
Recently?
Mm-hmm. I think I played it 2 months ago.
How much time you put into it?
I'll tell you right now. I think it was like an hour and a half.
Do you think an hour and a half is any time at all for an MMO?
Mm-hmm.
No, it is not. An hour and a half on an MMO is fucking.
It's an MMO. Like
yeah, exactly. It's an MMO where you're supposed to grind for hundreds of hours. So an hour on an MMO is nothing. Do you guys play MMOs in here at all? Well, Destiny, like you said, Destiny's good. Yeah. After playing an hour in Destiny, do you think you'll experience any chunk of the game's content within an hour? Your first hour of the game as a new light? I think
you could, yeah.
Your first hour as a new light on your own, you're gonna experience a good chunk of the game within an hour.
Absolutely. You'll at least get through about 7-8 missions. Because missions aren't that long.
In an hour. Yeah, you're crazy.
5.
Yeah, but you didn't give 76 5 hours. You gave it an hour.
No. I said 4 or 5 missions.
In an hour?
Mm-hmm. In Destiny?
2 hours to beat Atrax the other day. What are you talking about?
I mean, that's different. That's because the missions itself within Destiny aren't scaled to challenge or master difficulty or contest mode Atrax, which we were doing the other day.
It wasn't contest. We're only -10, right? Besides the point, though. So, like, let me ask you this then. Let me change the question. If someone plays Destiny 2 for just an hour, brand new player, just 1 hour on Destiny 2, do you think, and then they say the game is bad, do you think that's a very valid opinion?
Yeah, absolutely.
As someone who
who was it? Master Roshi in this Discord. He asked me what to buy and what he should get and like what to expect out of it. And I told him, laid it down, and we played the game for like about an hour. I think it was about 2 hours. And he was like, the game is all right, but I don't think it's fun or something that I'd go back to and want to play actively. And I was like, I mean, that's fair. Because he saw and noticed, you know, the kind of grind, the kind of weapons that I had versus the kind of weapons he had, and how I was going through content and how he was going through content. You noticed that at a
weapons you have. I feel like for though, bro. Like,
yeah, and I also feel like that's kind of different because he had an experienced player to guide him and tell him where to do, what to go. I'm talking about a brand new player, a new light. A legit new light. Like, imagine if John, right? Because John hasn't played Destiny 2 for much yet. Imagine if we just told John, download Destiny 2, let him play for an hour or two by himself, didn't offer any help, any guidance, didn't join him or nothing. And he played it for an hour, said, I'm confused, this is trash. Because let's be honest, Destiny 2 is a confusing game for a new light. If you're a true new light and you just spawn in on the Cosmodrome and shit, you're not going to know what the fuck to do, where to go, or any of that shit. So that, for just 1 hour, is not a fair, valid opinion to say the game's bad. Because you haven't really experienced it. Because the whole point of an MMO is to reach end game and grind to perfect your character or perfect your builds. But if you haven't even reached end game, you haven't reached the meat and potatoes of an MMO. So that's what I'm saying. I'm not saying the 76 is good. Once again, I didn't play it either. I played a little bit off that buggy launch and I dipped. Haven't touched it since. but it's not fair. But once again, I'm not saying it's bad either, because I don't think it's fair for me to say that off the little experience I got, the little blind experience I got. You know what I mean? Like if someone got on, like if Roshi got on Destiny 2 by himself, no opinion of yours, right? Played for an hour by himself without knowing what to do, and then came and told you, oh yeah, I don't play it because it's trash. Would that really? Would you really accept that as a fair answer? You know what I'm saying? As like, because I don't feel like you
I'd
tried
say
it.
he tried it. Like I feel like
So you tried
being critical. No, I said like, hold on. I feel like if you're critical about it, and you know, reviewing this thing to like its fullest, reviewing every bit of its content and what they have to offer, then yeah, sure, you have to reach endgame and reach to those points and acquire the things that the devs kind of put in there, discreetly that they want you to find, and go through the puzzles to find those specific things of inside of an MMO. But if you're playing this game casually, and this is kind of going back to that whole casual versus hardcore gamer and whatnot, and you're just trying to play something for an experience and a pastime or gaming as a hobby, you're not engaging this based off of what they have to offer at the end. You're basing this off of what they're presenting you at face value and what the game has to offer to you. And if what it has to offer to you at that moment isn't quite what you expect of it, you're not going to enjoy the rest of it all the way up until endgame and whatnot. It's going to be very dreadful, and you're going to be tired. You're going to be burnt out by the time you get to that point, and you're just going to be.
I would say I don't agree with that specifically because, like, it goes back to John's experience of BG3, right? He said the first hour was very slow. He wasn't sure if he liked it, but a couple hours later, it picked up, it got faster, it got better, and now he loves it. And I think Destiny 2 in any MMO is the same exact way, because when you start out, you're gonna be a weak piece of shit with no good gear. You're not gonna have skills, aspects, fragments unlocked. You're not gonna have a build. You're not even gonna have an idea of what build you should go with. You're not gonna have nowhere near that. So to quit the game before you get that kind of stuff, which is the meat and potatoes of the game, and you don't necessarily have to reach end game for, right? Like, I don't think it's fair to, like, you know, that opinion just isn't valid because you didn't experience the game. And that goes back to that thing we were talking about of players' intention versus devs' intention. You cannot put your own personal preferences and intentions above the devs. If the devs intend for you to grind, that's something you got to go through. And once again, it's valid and fair if you personally don't like that, but it's not valid to say the game is bad because of it. Like if Roshi was like Roshi said, oh, it's not my thing, I don't foresee me coming back having fun, that is a valid opinion. But going on Fallout 76 for an hour and then saying it's bad, you know, because of all these reasons, and yet, you know, you didn't really experience the game, or I guess Fallout in general, because we're talking about the series, I don't think that's valid. You know,
I mean, that's why I said it wasn't for me. I didn't say that, like, it's like concrete bad. No one should pick this up. Stop wasting your time. Like, you guys are just horrible. You have the worst opinion ever. You have no taste, and you're just an absolute garbage person if you think that this is anything worth putting or investing your time into. That's not what I said. I just said, this is what happened. This is what I did. This is what I experienced, and this is how I felt about it. And I try to give it another chance in a different title, in a different genre, that could potentially provide me a better experience, and it didn't. So it wasn't for me.
Yeah, that's fair, I guess. So hey, I don't know if that's fair to say to like just to show off that, but hey, that's valid, I guess. You know.
Hey, that's how I based the Last of Us show.
Yeah, see,
That's
and
how
that
you based
once
what?
again, it's invalid. Like, you see what I mean, right? He just invalidates what he says because it's just like, okay, I get where you're coming from. I suppose I get where you're coming from. I don't think it makes much sense, but I'll respect that. But for you to turn around and then do that to another show that is obviously great. I mean, once again, yeah, you didn't even give it a chance. I don't even know why. It's going over your head. I'm not even gonna continue down that route. Yeah, you're gonna hate it regardless. You know. Okay, so for the people who actually watched the show, you know what I'm saying? How y'all feeling?
So I'm gonna just say this off rip. This is coming from a perspective from somebody who has never played the Fallout games. I've never touched the franchise at all. I think this game is very, very not a game. I think this show is very well put together. I think this is probably one of the best adaptations I've watched. It's just I was trying to find a lot about this show that I'm just like, okay, what don't I like? And obviously I can't compare it to the games. I know nothing about the games, but what I'm hearing is that, you know, it stayed true to the games, but still with its own little kind of spin on it. And so from what I've seen, my perspective on the show, it's very well put together. The acting is phenomenal. The cinematography is great. The CGI, I couldn't find any flaws within it. The character development, I feel like every character, the show just felt so well paced that I think that's what kind of set the bar for me. As far like before the bar was The Last of Us, right? I really enjoyed The Last of Us, but it still had, some minor issues. But with Fallout, it was only like 7, 8 episodes.
8.
It was like 8 episodes, but it just felt so long, but not in a bad way. Like not like it's boring. It just felt perfectly timed. Every character, you got Lucy, you got the Ghoul, you got Maximus, like every kind of, those are kind of the 3 main characters. Every character had its own backstory that was very well paced. They had their character development that just felt like, again, very well paced. I felt very connected to the characters. I could feel for them. I don't know. It's just one of them shows. It's just like, it's almost perfect, man. I'm not even gonna lie to you. In my opinion, I feel like it was almost perfect. It had me captivated from the jump. It wasn't boring. It wasn't slow. It wasn't trying to do too much. It just had a rich story, and I feel like, I don't know. I think it's just gonna be something that kind of sets the bar as far as like live action adaptations, because like I said, this is coming from somebody who's never touched a game. Like, I know about the games, but I've never touched them, and it seems easy, but it's kind of hard to do. It's kind of hard to draw in an audience for something that's video game based, and they haven't played it. And so with this show, you don't need to play the games to get into the Fallout show, and I think that's really good, because that's probably why it's so popular right now. There's a lot of people watching it that haven't played the games, and of course there's a lot of people that's watching it that have played the games, and they're still like, damn, this is really good. But I don't know, I didn't play the games. Razor, you played the games. I don't know how you feeling about it, but that's my take. I think the show is damn near perfect. I'm not gonna lie.
Well, yeah, you do not need to know anything about the games to watch the show at all.
Yeah.
Right. And in that in itself, the games are not one solid timeline. Obviously, like the games jump all over the place, because each game you're typically coming out of a different vault as a brand new different persons, and a lot of times it's just brand new time, not timeline, but like it's a different time set, like it's set in different years and whatnot. So not all of them taking place at the same time, same place, or anything like that. They're very separate and like individual. So you don't need any outside knowledge for real. Like, it teaches you everything, right? Like in the first episode, you get to see what the vault's like, why, like you get to see Nuke go off, you get to see what's happening. You will understand everything clearly without knowing the video game. And it's just that playing the game gives you a lot of like, oh, that's a nod to the game, or I recognize that, or something like that, but you don't need that to enjoy the show at all.
Exactly.
Like you said, a lot of the characters I love too, like, and I even liked fucking the Maximus Esquire, and I fucked with the bro too.
Yeah.
There weren't any characters that I hated unless I was supposed to hate them. It's supposed to feel like
exactly.
them, right? Which is a good thing. And so I do think, like you said, especially on its own, like not even comparing it to the games, it's an amazing show that just does the adaptation justice for real.
Mm-hmm. It does. It really does. Yeah, I mean, I enjoyed it. Striker, I think you should watch it, man.
Like, I don't think you have to have any type of attachment to the games to watch the show at all.
You don't. It actually made me start playing a mobile game, Fallout Shelter.
Oh, see, they make
playing the fuck out that.
Yeah, no, bro. I mean,
it's cool though, man. It's got.
I started the Fallout 4 run. I ain't really done shit with it, but I started one. Yeah.
Hey, yeah. Rain, you got anything to say about the show? I know you liked it.
I did like the show. I like the character development for my boy Rico. If anybody's out there is a Hannah Montana fan.
Oh, that's where he's from.
What the fuck,
dude? Okay, I swear I knew him, dude. Oh my gosh.
He's also an underrated.
That is him.
Good to know that he's still doing good and shit. Hey.
I know, bro. I knew I recognized him. I'm like, yo, what's this?
Like, bro, who is this guy? I'm like, I'm paying no mind.
He looked just like him still. Oh my god, bro.
I'm like, you just reminded me. Who was the girl in the Planet of the Apes movie? Cause I feel like I recognized her too, but I didn't know.
She was X-17 or whatever it is from Logan. But
X-23.
Is that what she is?
That is her.
It's like I was like, bro, I recognize her, but I didn't know from where.
Oh yeah.
Gotcha.
Oh shit.
This money.
Is that? Oh, she was Siri in The Witcher.
In The Witcher,
too.
The Witcher.
Oh, okay, yeah. See, it's crazy seeing these crossovers like this.
Oh, coming back.
Yeah, it's all coming back.
But
Oh,
I
coming
liked his,
back.
character development. I liked how as the story progressed, she started to realize the difference between like the vault mentality and then
Mhm.
like what they got to do out there to survive, and like the line between right and wrong is so
Mhm.
great, and it can be so thick. But the I don't know, have you guys spoiled too much for Skyger, or how we doing with that?
Oh, it don't matter, yo.
Yo, okay.
Cool. I'm just making sure. I don't like the father. What do you think about the second nuke?
The what?
The second nuke.
Oh, wait, you talking about for the
Cause
second nuke?
Yeah. So all right. So you might not have
Oh
noticed
my
that.
god, that final.
They dropped the first nuke, and then they all got in the cryopods, and then there was a generation before her generation, like in those vaults. Obviously.
Oh, the city place. That yeah, okay, yeah.
And then
They dropped a
found-
nuke on the city again? I thought he was
Yeah.
going towards the city.
Well, the dad dropped the nuke on the city when the mom didn't come back with them. Like the mom.
Yeah. The first time, yeah. But what about you talking about the second nuke?
That's the second time, because like they had already like the nuke had already been dropped.
Oh yeah. Okay, you talking about the second nuke? Oh, how I felt about yeah. That was fucked
So,
up.
like,
I
that
mean,
means,
yeah,
you
that's
know,
that corporate
yeah.
control though. That's
Mhm.
crazy.
Dropped the second nuke because he didn't like the way society looked,
Yeah.
and now
It was well. He didn't like the they didn't like the way that they didn't have control over it. So which was fucked up. Because it seemed like a kind of like a utopia. You know what I'm saying?
it did kind of seem like a utopia. So I thought that was cool. I felt
Yeah.
entirely bad for. I think my nigga's name was Noah too. I ain't gonna lie, just like the nigga from Planet of the Apes. I think his name was Noah, but the dude that like became the rebound guy for when that chick's husband died.
Oh, dude, yeah.
Yeah, I felt bad for
Yeah.
him. He got shoved into the other thing. I don't like Betty. I think there's something going on with her.
Oh, the black girl, the black old lady.
The new
Yeah.
overseer. Yeah.
Yep. Yep.
Don't-
Nah. Yeah. I think there's something up with her. I ain't gonna lie.
So I want to see where they go from there. All in all, the way that it ended, like everyone was speculating on the chick, like the one that everyone was praising. They were speculating, thinking that she could potentially be like something like from the game. I think you know what I'm talking about, Sean. Not the like the cyborgs, I guess, or whatever. But they're called something.
Oh wait, it says here that Betty, she's from the. Oh yeah, he did. Oh yeah, he
Yeah,
met.
'cause she was
She met
from-
Cooper.
Yeah, she was.
Yeah. She's 200
one
years
of
old.
Blood's. She's one of
Yeah.
Blood's out of the cryopod.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, season 2 probably gonna focus a lot on her.
I think the other girl who lost her eye was from there too. She was from
Yeah.
31.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah.
She was giving me kind of some vibes too, bro. I ain't
Oh
gonna lie to you.
yeah.
Yeah.
So
she's giving
I
some
think
vibes.
she's the one who poisoned the prisoners. Like I don't think my boy Rico did that because
Oh
Yeah.
yeah. Of course we're gonna do that. Yeah.
he was
My
invested.
man, he don't care enough. You know what I'm saying? He just doing his job and going back home. Sounds like
crazy.
a lack of enthusiasm. That sounds
Black
like me.
enthusiasm. You know, he said,
Sounds
"Yeah,
like me.
what are we gonna do about that?
What you gonna do about that?
Yeah.
How you gonna punish me?" Anyway, but the shit that was going on above ground, I thought was cool. I like the ghoul. I like his story.
Oh yeah, I fuck with the ghoul. Yeah.
And then Maximus is
Maximus is a character,
he is
which you
a-
know it's
character, bro.
good. It's a good thing. Yeah, he is a character, boy.
Maximus
Boy.
reminds me of you a lot, John. You know?
Stop it.
So,
It was
you want
kinda
to
funny, that
make
nigga-
it explode now?
I can see that.
Motherfucker, give me the stim pack. Why would I give you the stim pack when you just called me a stupid motherfucker?
Nah, for real, bro. That nigga was stupid, bro. He should have played nice till he got his.
Facts, dummy,
The
man.
fuck?
The whole time he was talking shit, that's what I was thinking in my head. I was like,
Yeah.
that's
I was like,
Yeah,
bro,
you signing your
bro.
death certificate,
Yeah, I
my
was
boy.
like, nigga, I ain't handing it to you. Like, you know what they gonna do to you, right? They'll kill you. All right, then,
Oh,
nigga. Not
cool.
before you die. Okay. You'll die. You first. All right.
you
I'm about to take your armor, my boy. What's going on?
You first. Oh,
Man, that's
man.
crazy. But no, it's a great show. I think I hope it goes on for some seasons, man. And
Yeah,
Amazon is on
yeah.
point right now. I ain't gonna lie, it's scary. Like fuck.
Hey, that first nigga though, she gave that water bottle to, and then he stuck his tongue in that motherfucker.
Hey, he said, "When you get up on, you drink
Yeah,
it."
it's like, yeah, I wasn't even
You're
thirsty.
not thirsty.
What? You know what? Hey, that's some wasteland rules right there. We don't know nothing about that.
I did feel bad for Moldavir because I'm like, damn, I kind of like her.
Whatever.
Moldavir, yeah, I liked her, man. I'm like, damn, man.
But that's the thing. People are speculating like she's not dead because she's supposed to be like some artificial thing. Because 200 years has passed and this bitch is still alive, and
Yeah.
they haven't led or like shown that she was in a cryopod.
Yeah,
what,
true.
What corporation she was really a part of and things like that. But I just can't remember the name of the other like race that was in the games. It's kinda
Where's Bar? But where's the ghoul's wife though?
she's in one of those cryopods. I think she's in Vault 31.
Okay, so the cryopod thing, is that their whole body? That's their whole body, right? Just in that thing, like kind of preserving their body.
Yeah.
Okay.
Frozen sleep stasis or whatever.
Yeah. Okay, because the ghoul's looking for her, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Damn.
And I'm wondering, like,
damn.
yeah,
I'm wondering why he wasn't in no cryopod.
because
Where's
of the
his daughter?
dog. Because of the dog. I think his daughter got in the cryopod because like he bugged them to listen in
Yeah.
on what they were gonna do. He found out they were gonna drop the bomb, and I think he was completely against it. But he let his wife and daughter get in the cryopod because she worked for Vault Tech.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Damn.
I think that's.
Season 1 is looking good, man. I liked it. Really liked it. Striker, stop hating. Watch the show. Good show, bro. Fucking great show, man.
Hey, hit it. Respond back to him, okie dokie or something.
Okie dokie. Just, you know.
That's so funny, bro.
I killed everybody in that town, so either your daddy's dead or he's a coward.
Yeah, nah, he hit him with that shit, boy, and then he murked. Remember he fucking shot that kid, boy.
On his ass.
So he's like, now look, you're not going, when I walk out of here, you're not going to grab that gun and try to shoot me, are you? That little dude was stupid. I'm like, no, sir.
No, sir.
Nah, boy's too brave for his own good.
Yeah.
This man was not.
Wrapping up today's topic, we want to thank everyone who made it this far. If you enjoy the discussion, all we ask in your return is for you to spread the love by sharing this podcast with a friend. While you're at it, go ahead and drop us a 5-star rating on supporting platforms. This helps the algorithm promote our show, which helps with bringing in new listeners. Thanks for tuning in, and we will see you on the next one. Peace.